Hey guys, I just wanted to say thank you for using my creator code whenever you purchase any Sims 4 DLC on the EA app or thesims.com. I receive a 5% commission each time you use my code, which means you're directly supporting me as a creator. I know there are a lot of codes floating around out there, so I am very grateful that you've chosen me to support in this way. Thank you so much. Hey guys, it is MissSimReno. If you are returning to the channel, welcome back. And if you're brand new, I am very excited that you decided to join me here today for another apartment renovation. And today we are at 19 Culpepper House, which is an apartment that I really like, but I don't renovate very often because it's actually pretty big. A lot of the apartments in Myshuno are a pretty decent size, and this one is no exception. But I love this one because there is a balcony, and I'll say it's partially editable, right? Because you can kind of change the shape of the wall that actually touches this balcony. So it's really cool. And I actually did that off camera, and this is going to be an apartment I envisioned for like a single sim, to be completely honest. I envision that this single sim has very, I'll say, refined taste in furnishings. I don't know if that's really an appropriate way to phrase it, but they love the simple decor. They don't like a lot of clutter. And I feel like that kind of encapsulates it. I don't know. I was thinking of calling this a refined apartment, which I think I'm going to, because I was really focused on the refined living room kit that we got at the time of me recording this some time ago. If you are actually watching this, by the way, that means that I'm officially on maternity leave. It means I've had my baby and I have decided to take some time off to get to know them a little bit better and adjust to parenthood, because this is my first. I have not done this before. So this is a pre-recorded build, and I think it was maybe a month and a half ago or something that we got the refined living room kit by Aries Sims, which is beautiful. And one of my goals, I wanted to use items from that kit, and I really wanted to use that couch from the Casanova Cave kit again. And I loved it in that kind of like, I'd say it's like a tealish swatch, I suppose. And it just worked so nicely. I love putting tons of windows on this little space when I renovate this apartment. So the living room being there was just so beautiful. There's so much natural light. And I loved the pattern of the rug that I chose from the industrial loft kit. And it really tied in nicely with the color of the couch. There's kind of like that blue strip. And then we've got different shades of brown, which allowed me to play around with different wood tones and like the cabinets and the other furnishings and stuff. Also with this gray paneled wallpaper from Base Game. I don't know, it all worked really well in my opinion. I was really happy with it, and I don't usually build in this style, or at least I haven't as of late. So it was very refreshing to actually do this and kind of pull back from the amount of clutter that I typically put in builds. Like, I'm thinking of some other apartments that I've done kind of sort of recently. Like I did one for college roommates. I did one for like a couple's first apartment. And those were very cluttered and of course very personalized. I try to make a lot of my builds personalized. It's not always the case, but yeah, they were just very cluttered, and this was very refreshing. I've mentioned this before in builds. I'm usually very uncomfortable with more of like a minimalist approach to decorating because it's not a style that I personally enjoy, and I don't think this is minimalist by any means, but it is a little bit more simplistic. It's certainly not as cluttered, and it's just like, it's not as busy and not as loud. I feel like this apartment is very warm and still very comfortable and welcoming, even though there really isn't too much going on. So definitely let me know what you think, if you agree or if I'm completely off base. Also, I'm just going to mention this. My voice, I've mentioned it in other videos that were more so around the time that this was occurring. It's so hard to record a voiceover for the future, but in the past. Anyway, my voice, like, it sounds like I am hoarse. It sounds like I am constantly yelling and I'm like losing my voice. I swear it's pregnancy. I'm serious. I looked it up. I even looked it up. And you can have vocal changes. You may not be able to hit like a higher range if you're a singer and stuff like that. And I was like, I mean, I'm not trying to sing, but my voice is 110% different. Like, it sounds like I'm constantly talking to the point that I'm just losing my voice. And it hasn't gotten any better at all. I think this is just my voice until I have my baby at this point. So you have to forgive me if I sound a little rough. I'm not. I feel fine. My voice just sounds a little bit different. Anyway, the living room and the kitchen are done, and are moving on to the one and only bedroom. So like I said, I was envisioning a single sim. And I think this sim is very successful at their job. I'm not sure what they do, but the other bedroom, and I put that little air quotes, is actually a home office. Because I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll make it for a couple of roommates again, or maybe I will have this be like a single successful parent and we have a kids room. But I really, really wanted to carry this theme of just this refined, more contemporary style throughout the entire apartment. And I didn't want any kids clutter. Like I wanted it to be very, very simple. So I thought it was kind of nice that this single sim has this really big apartment all to themselves, but they also have the ability to entertain. Like they have the space to do that. Maybe I don't know. I wanted to go like stereotypical, be like, oh, they're super successful in business, but like business what? I have no idea. I don't know. Maybe they work in like tech in some capacity, because I didn't actually add any specific activities, like hobby related activities or anything to this build. Again, they have the home office and they've got a computer and stuff, but I didn't add anything like, an art easel or anything specific. So maybe they're like a freelance programmer or a very successful programmer. Again, maybe they work in tech or something. You can make up whatever you would like depending on the sim or sims that you move into this apartment if you download it, right? You can do whatever you want. But this is the one and only bathroom as well. It's very big. I've got my double sinks. And again, at the time of me recording this, someone had asked why, explain yourself, why do you put 2 sinks in bathrooms sometimes? It's because sometimes houses and or apartments have double sinks. It's a thing. This is absolutely a thing. I think they're traditionally called Jack and Jill sinks. I don't know if there's like another name to call them, but yeah, there's 2 sinks. So if you have I would assume this is more of a luxury thing, to be frank. So if, let's say you had 2 sims that were living here, like a couple or something like that, they could both be in the bathroom, like brushing their teeth and getting ready for bed at the same time because they each have their own sink. I don't know. I thought it was a fun idea. There's also a laundry room off of the bathroom, which was a way for me to basically find an excuse to wall off those pipes, because I find it so funny. I know that there are other apartments like Medina Studios. There's some Needs TLC apartments. This apartment is so big. It's kind of odd to me that it has the Needs TLC, lot trait that you can't get rid of with the apartments in San Myshuno. It seems like more of a luxury apartment with this giant balcony as is, just based off the size. So the fact that it has these Needs TLC items is kind of obnoxious to me. But it did give me an excuse to use this room divider to kind of wall off, if you will, the circuit breaker box, which was nice. And this is, of course, in the office now because we decorated the entryway in 2 seconds. There's literally a side table, a lamp, and a piece of artwork because there was nothing else for me to put there. But the office is kind of small. That's why I also didn't want to make it a bedroom. It was a little bit on the small side considering how large all of the other rooms were in this apartment. So I whipped it together very quickly. It's a small space. This little hallway basically has nothing either. Again, I wanted to keep it very simplistic, minimally decorated. And then we move on to the balcony as well. And I think there's a dining table out there. There's a grill. I have a chess table. And then there are 2 couches. I think they're technically considered couches from a get-together. So there's a little seating area. And I just thought it was a nice place for this single sim to entertain every now and then. And just enjoy the fact that this is the one and only apartment in the entire city that you can play in that has a balcony. That's pretty much it. I didn't even mention, I used these windows and the door from that base game update, which we got a while ago at this point. But I love them. I haven't used them too often in builds. I think I maybe used the windows or something at some point, but I hadn't used the door yet, so that was kind of exciting. But this is pretty much it for this apartment renovation, so I hope you all enjoyed this one. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts, and I will catch you next time I post a video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!